Okay.
3, 4. Awesome sauce. Hello, everyone. This is Awesome Sauce Radio. I am your host, Line Adam Wonders, the comic pimp. Before we bring in my guests, I'd like to give a quick shout out to Exxxotica Expo. Exxxotica returns to Chicago April 12th, 13th, and 14th at the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center. So for all your Exxxotica fun, go to www.exxxoticaexpo.com. Tell them Blind Dom sent you. And, it'll be a great time by all. We have two very special guests tonight here on Awesome Sauce Radio. First, we have an old friend of the show, Davey Prod. How you doing, Dave?
I am doing well. Thank you for allowing me to be on the show again. It's much appreciated. You make working in the adult industry a lot of fun, Adam. You really do.
And thank you so much. And we also have Abby Cutie. Abby, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing. I cannot complain. Podcast is getting back on track. I'm 99.99% over COVID now, so I'm happy about that.
Excellent.
That's the reason I was making all those typos earlier this morning. I just took my prednisone and I forgot to eat before I took it, so I clenched my hand, couldn't stop shaking. So sorry about all the typos on Twitter this morning.
It's totally fine, Adam. That's good.
Yeah, cool. So can you guys tell my audience who you are and what you guys do?
Well, my name is Davey, as in Davey Productions. I am a content creator, photographer from the Midwest. My background is I've been shooting adult industry stuff since roughly 2005. I was fortunate enough to have an association with Hustler Magazine for about 20 years. Everybody was my editor from Tex Hagen all the way back to Bruce David. And if you Google their names, you'll see how them. And if you go to the October 2012 issue, Hustler did a feature story about me working with porn stars and rock stars. And I am here to give an update of what I'm doing right now, including the Miss Beautiful Abby Cutie 69, who I can officially say is my girlfriend, and how relationships work in the adult industry.
If Abby, you could please, just tell my audience a little bit about yourself and how you got started in the adult entertainment industry.
So I started about 6 months ago, and I've just been, getting started into using the OnlyFans platform, and I do a lot of promotional stuff on Twitter. So that's how I'm fans, gaining some fans. So I've just been starting out. I have a pretty good experience so far. Davey was actually one of my collaborations I did. So we had a lot of fun with that, and our relationship just blossomed there.
Some stuttering on my end. I thought I misheard a lot. Not misheard, but I thought I heard a lot of stuttering on my end. I hope it was just my computer.
Yeah, I don't know what end that's coming from. So how did you guys meet?
Well, we met. Long story short is I was booking with another industry professional, and she happened to see the post of writing about me, and she contacted me and looked at my work, and I looked at her work, and we set up a possibility of collaboration together. And to be honest, with her being new and me being seasoned in this industry, I required her to talk to me a lot, because I don't like people make a wrong decision. I want people that are comfortable with what's going on, that know make their decision on what's going on, and for me to work with their comfort zones. Well, long story short is the communication turned into a lot more than just like, oh, these are the questions, these are the answers. To it expanded way out of the adult industry to I don't want to say romance at first, but definitely interest at first, which the interest of her turned into romance. And now, as of like about a week and a half ago, we officially declared us boyfriend and girlfriend. And I have never been on cloud nine like I am right now.
Yeah, because what's that, Abby?
I'm sorry.
I said, what did you say?
You're going to clutter, but go ahead.
We both worked on just kind of off from there because we had great conversations to it, and we're pretty happy.
So,
That's awesome.
Yeah, she's doing this by her phone, so it might be her holding the phone over the microphone. I don't know. So
Yeah,
she's breaking
that's
up
what
a
I
little
think
bit.
it is.
So if you can set the phone down, honey, so
Okay.
it doesn't, because you're breaking up every so often, and that way we get some more to cleavage. So I'm happy. There we go. There we go. That made my day. See, Adam might be blind, but he knows what he likes.
I'm not that blind, man.
So if anybody's interested, it's AbbyCutie69 at OnlyFans. So the only way to see most of her stuff, except for my mini vids. So, and we will be doing exxxotica in Jersey in October. So we're excited about that.
Yes.
So that's what Abby said. It's going to be your first exxxotica.
Yes, I'm very excited. We're something like that. So I'm looking forward to my first exxxotica.
It's a blast. Jersey, this will be we're doing it since 2010.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was at the first one before they actually did it at their current location. And,
Chicago and Jersey are my two favorites of the locations.
You know, I don't think I'm going to make it to Chicago again this year. I waited too long for everything, and now I'm just getting over being sick for the fifth time this year. So I don't know if I want to just risk it yet.
Well, if you do Jersey this year, I will make sure she gives you a giant hug, and maybe you can squeeze some of her best assets.
All right, that's cool. No, I never miss Jersey. I have no excuse. It's like I told you on the phone. It's an hour away from my house.
So that's great. So, well, we are an open book. Ask anything you want. If not, I have stuff to go over too if you're interested.
All right, let's do a little of both. Now, as far as filming, how does it work? Being in the industry and being a couple.
Well, honey, can I take this?
Yes.
Okay, and she'll interject, and she has no problem with me talking, but it's communication is adamant, 100%, even almost over communication, to the point where feelings are very important. Acts, who you're working with is important, and the right to veto. That's what I call it. Almost like when it comes to scenes with me, is I'm the president, but I'm the vice president. She's the president, and she has the right to say no. There's something I don't like about this situation or this scene, and I don't want you doing it. But she always explains why she doesn't feel comfortable with me. And on the flip side, is I have that same right with her when someone wants to work with her. Is I would explain why I don't feel comfortable about something, and explain why. So I have yet to have that, but when it comes up, I will explain my feelings why. But communication is absolutely key. And understanding that my body might go to someone else temporarily for a few minutes, but my heart is with her.
That's kind of what we do. We're open with everything. Anything we have concerns about is brought up. If he has a photo shoot, he always lets me know ahead of time in case they want doing some content. We're just very open. We talk about everything. We are on the phone all the time, catching. So Just as long as that's really what's important, relationship and doing it work.
That's pretty much the gist of it there, Adam.
That's awesome. Abby, what's better to give, hand job or blow job?
I mean, that's like my favorite.
So I think she likes giving a blow job, is what I heard, because you were breaking up a little bit.
Since I've never had a chance to do it this way before, Davey, what's better to receive, hand job or blow job?
Well, I just love looking in a girl's eyes when she's giving head. There's something about it, especially if there's a connection. It's something magical about it. Now, don't get me wrong. I recently built a milking table, which is, I'd say, about 90% hand job, 10% blow job. So you don't actually see the girl's eyes. So on that one, it's by pure feeling. And the hand job without the visual is amazing because you're not feeling, like you're not seeing the eyes, but you're feeling everything, and it's all the sensation is right there. So you're just sucked in, literally, not sucked in that case, sucked into the feeling of strictly the milking table, where it's all it is, and you don't see what the person looks like. You just feel how well they move their hands and sensuality. So I like both. So it's like the presidential thing, I'm not Republican, I'm not Democrat. Exactly. I think there's room for everybody.
Yep. Definitely. Abby, are you into anything nerdy at all?
Oh God, yes.
Into nerdy?
Anything nerdy at all?
Oh, everything.
Anything nerdy? Comics, video games, sci-fi.
Oh, talk about your island, honey.
Oh, like my Animal Crossing. I do that for to decompress, relax, and stuff like that. I am pretty nerdy. I suggested some kind of funny, like nerd porn ideas to do with dating.
204-04-05.
Sorry about that. Talking computers can be a pain in the ass.
It's okay.
Well, that's what I love about you, Adam, is that you might be blind, you still have a vision, and I love that quote from you.
Yeah, thank you. I wish I could take credit. I actually came up with that with myself, but I got that from my cooking and learning how to take care of an apartment by yourself without a sight teacher many years ago. I was having a rough day. And she was like, "Hey, man, just visualize it in your mind. You don't need sight to have a vision." It stuck with me ever since.
So, well, let's see. That's amazing, though, Adam. I mean, it's really cool everything you do.
Thank
you. You're the host. What's next, my friend?
You see, what's next is I know that you also have a foot in rock and roll. Did you hear the news about Kiss today?
No, I did not hear the news about Kiss today. I did some work for Gene and Eastford. What's that?
They sold their catalog.
Oh, did they sell it to Spotify, or who they sell it to?
I forget who they sold it to, but they sold the catalog, everything to do with the IP.
That's amazing. That's shocking.
I'm surprised it can blow up the world.
That's pretty intense. Wow. I didn't see that coming.
I was listening. That's what you get. That's what I get for putting on local news for the weather and the weather report.
I get that. So we also have some stuff coming up in the future, if you'd like to know too.
Yeah. Because I would like to know what do you guys have coming up?
Well, Abby is going to be starting doing product reviews, and I know that she's been wanting to do product reviews. What's that company you were talking about?
It's the toys.
Oh, the Bad Dragon you were talking about?
Yeah, that was some toy reviews.
Bad Dragon's awesome. I love Mike and his company.
Well, I'm hoping to hit her up for like a toy review sponsorship. That'd be great. And I'm still sponsored by Spunk Lube. So in and out of the industries, if you want to get off, Spunk Lube is the best lube around. So and I love Spunk Lube. She loves Spunk Lube.
Yeah, it's pretty great. I didn't have like a lot of experience like using lube like in scenes and stuff like that, and that was the first time doing it. And even like a blowjob scene, it wasn't like didn't taste bad. It was all fine. It was great. I really like.
And I know on her list of other future endeavors, there's some of her favorite performers. Like she has a dream list. There's this
what are some of the dreams on your bucket list?
So one of my dreams ever since I started in the industry and actually kind of the inspiration to start. I love Joanna Angel and I love her small. And it was just a dream, like both of them, like so something like that would be a lot of fun because they're kind of why I like into starting into business.
John is a sweetheart.
Yeah, some of it broke up, but it's Small Hands and Joanna Angel. She is a huge fan of both of them. That's on her bucket list. So reach out to Joanna Angel and Small Hands because my Abby definitely wants to work with you, and I am definitely 200% behind her and encouraging her in that endeavor. Because I believe if you deny a woman things that she wants to try in life, you might as well not be in a relationship with her because you're never going to grow as a couple.
Yeah, exactly. Small Hands and Joanna are really are cool pips.
I agree.
Like I said, that's one of the pleasures of being an exxxotica every year is it's like I get to talk to them at least once a year for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
And there was that one performer you really like, honey, the blonde girl with the tattoos that you think's really awesome.
Yeah. So I made some female friends with three and this is the blonde. So
Well, can you try to repeat that? You're breaking up, honey.
Yeah.
Her name's Liz LeBlanc.
Oh, Liz LeBlanc.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And it couples pink.
I have never heard of her. That's
Real pretty blonde girl tattoos. Could be a little wild at times, but I think that that'd be a fun. Whether them two the girls together, or all three of us together, it'd be a pretty fun shit.
Yeah. I agree.
Now I do have some other stuff coming up myself. If you
what
like.
do you have?
Well, I have a meeting with a newer performer by the name of Bella Blake 96. It's just a meeting to see for a possible shoot and collaboration. That's going to be really interesting. I also have a shoot set up next week for Sarah St. Clair to update some of her pictures for Hustler magazine because she wrote a book that was AVN nominated last year. And I've known Sarah since she was 14 and doing like the Barbers on teen modeling. And then when she turned 18 and 19 and she got into the adult industry, we rekindled our friendship. And I've shot her at 19 and I shot her at 30. And now she wants me to update her stuff for Hustler. So that's going on. And I'll be doing an event next, not too long from now, for a girl named Amanda Lynn Fox. It's more of just doing the pictures for them. That's coming up. And I have the meeting with Bella Blake 96, which is to see what we can come up with on that.
Yeah, actually, I want to thank Bella Blake for actually following me on X today, and I have to relook her because at first she puts in stuff about being nerdy, so I'll have to like check her out.
Now, there is an issue I do want to ask about, and I'm hoping maybe, we can still open a dialogue with people in the future with this. As you know, that talent testing isn't part of the pass system anymore.
I've been seeing it blow up everywhere on social media. I was actually one of my questions. I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on that.
Well, here's the problem. You got the two biggest kids on the block that are not getting along. So they're saying everyone should be talent tested, but then pass isn't taking talent tested. It happened like I went to go do a convention last year, and I went through talent testing, but it was, the airfare, the hotel, get into the convention, the talent testing test, and no one would take it because they weren't part of the pass system anymore. So it's like so what you basically do is you got the two big, and then Clear is part of the pass system, but they're only like in 3 or 4 cities. and where talent testing is to every city. So it gets really confusing.
We have to like make testing a lot more efficient than what it is. I think.
Yes, I think.
It's a lot more accessible.
Well, these people, safety demands on it. Safety and money, it depends on all this. And I agree with you. We need to make it more accessible and easier to use.
Yeah, more locations.
Yes. So what I do in the general term is when I do the conventions, I do talent testing or now clear if I can get on clear system so I can go through pass system. But in between that time, I use my local doctors and hospitals. If my hospital can treat cancer and heart attacks and do open heart surgery, I'm sure they can do a STD test. Okay.
Yeah,
so
I've always everything I've ever shot, I've always used my my doctors.
And that's what I agree.
They're hematologists anyway. I could talk to the performer beforehand as I have.
I agree with you.
I don't have a testing center near me.
The nearest one by me is an hour away, and that's for talent testing. And the clear one's like 12 hours away. And it's like where not everyone lives in Miami, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, and what's the other city they got? But there's like 3 or 4 major cities in it, and everybody else. Sorry, you're out of luck.
There's 2 in New York City that I know of.
In New York City, but the point is, if you don't live in one of the big major cities, they're not like, oh, sorry. It's like, so that's why I use a company called Jason Health. And what you do is you order the test from Jason Health, and you go to Quest Diagnostics, just like anybody else, or LabCorp, and you get your tests, and they run all your tests. And that's what I use locally for my doctor. And then for the conventions, I'll use the big boys, I guess you call it, the big talent testing system. So now
I always try to communicate with the performer I'm working with, and I'm just like, hey, how do you want me to play this? And just anyone who knows me, I'm flexible. You tell me what hoop, I'll jump through that hoop.
I agree, but I think it needs more dialogue. I think the big boys, the big companies, the big kids on the block would need the fighting and work it out, talk to each other. It's so important to talk to each other. On another note is I do have a dream shoot myself I would love to see with my girl. So there's a girl south of me named Abby with the puffy pussy. And that's her ex Twitter handle. But I was thinking having 2 Abbies together would be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I
think just with the name alone, it's like double A, when everyone's like double D's.
That's right.
But I do have my bucket list too. Just like Adam, you have your bucket list of girls you want to work with.
Yeah, some of them I want to work with. Some of them I just want for the podcast because I know that they're on the upper echelon.
Yo, don't dissuade upper echelon, okay? Listen, we ended up not having a camera, but I worked with a girl that was in Roadhouse and Playboy and all the music videos of the 80s and 90s. Yeah, Samantha James.
Is that the Cherry Pie girl?
No, but she was in a lot of their other music videos. But yeah, Samantha St. James. But she was in the original Roadhouse movie and in This Is Final Tap. So you need to get her on your show.
Well, I will, man. But
I want to go over my bucket list if you don't mind.
Yeah, I want to hear this. Let me get out.
All right, so first I'm gonna go old school. All right, Mickey Lynn. Mickey Lynn. When I worked in an adult magazine store back in the day when it was bookstores, and I was like 19 years old, and I was shoving the magazines into the plastic, and I was heat sealing them for themselves. Okay, that way people don't look through the magazines, and then they had to be sealed in plastic. Well, I came across a cover of Mickey Lynn from Barely Legal, which was made by Hustler, and I said, this is who I want to work with, and this is the magazine company I want to shoot for. I made my goal to get over 12 covers of Hustler and 500 layouts in Hustler, like almost a 20-year period. But I never got to work with Mickey. I've talked to her at Exxxoticas. I've set up possible shoots. One of them was during that COVID crisis and everything shut down. So guess who didn't get a shoot with Mickey? So she's on my bucket list of like classic famous performers. My girlfriend knows I have major redhead issues, like addiction. So I got Maddie Collins is on my bucket list.
Okay.
If you know who that is, I got Scarlet Skies on my bucket list.
Nice.
And Eliza Eves is on my bucket list. So, but yeah, those are the 3 girls that are on my bucket list. Or 4 girls. Sorry, honey. I didn't mean to lie to you. Communication. Those 4 girls are on my bucket list. 3 are new performers, and 1 was from the '90s. But it was like the reason I got it started. So I was a perverted little 19-year-old.
Like I said, my number 1 thing on my bucket list is still Sunny Lane.
Oh, I think I know Sunny. Hold on, wait a second. Yes, I worked with her in Needs of Poppin' several times.
I've met her a few times over the years at different because when she used to do the horror.
She has so much fun. I did a lot of good. I'll send you some photos I did of her, like all naked outside. So yeah, I know Sunny Lane from Nudes of Poppin' was the biggest nude beauty pageant in North America, and I covered it for Hustler for over 12 years. So I got to hang backstage with her a lot, talk to her a lot. I never did a scene with her, just photographed her. And I might have eat dinner with her a couple times too.
Awesome. Also, my other, this is like my dream, performer and dream scene that I wrote is Clea Valentine.
Okay.
Having her, as in a cosplay type thing, reprise her role as Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad XXX.
Oh, okay, well, what character would you play on that?
Just a henchman.
Just a henchman.
I got some city cop, and she's trying to find out where we left the Joker up. Something simple.
Oh, you be a cop she's seducing?
Yeah, cop that she just handcuffs me, and he's like, oh, so you're not gonna tell me where Mr. J is? I'll suck the information out of you then.
Suck the information out of you. Honey, we're not gonna steal his idea, but it's pretty awesome.
That's right.
So, all right, Adam, are you a large-breasted fan, or are you more like a B cup, or are you what do you like?
I get a lot of shit for this, but if it's any less than a D, it's small to me.
Honey, what size are you?
So I'm actually triple D.
What I heard triple D. What is that? 30?
34.
34. Lower the cleavage, show her the camera a little bit, get cleavage for him. There you go. So yes, and those are tied back. And if any out there guys asking why is this my girlfriend?
You just saw that, man. I was sure for 2 seconds.
Yes, and don't worry, we'll let you do a really good, fun, naughty picture with her at Exxxotica this year in Jersey.
Sweet.
So you're gonna have some fun with it.
Oh yeah, I'm really looking forward to Jersey this year. Last year I hung out with friends and wore too many hats at once because I was doing I had to go to a friend's birthday party that Saturday morning, which drove me nuts.
That Saturday morning, everybody's hungover and tired from being up all Friday night.
Yeah, my hotel reservations got messed up last year, so I slept in a hotel room that had the heater broke in the middle of the night. No, that's not good. Yeah, so so I just was like, screw this, and then my friend's birthday brunch disagreed with me, so I did what I had to do, but I missed that Sunday last year.
I gotcha. So your bucket list sounds pretty cool. My girl's bucket list sounds pretty hot. You know,
you got a pretty good list.
My friend Mandy is really good friends with Small Hands. She's worked with them a lot. I don't know Mandy's stage name. I mean, I just know Mandy is her stage name, so I don't know I just know her real name and her stage name, and I don't know what's like Mandy, whatever. But she's worked with Small Hands several times a few years ago, and she said he was a great guy. And so I had to let my girl know, hey, I heard really good things about him in real life. So I'd say go for it. So.
Yeah, go for it. Small Hands and Joanna are really down to earth people. Every time I've ever seen them at an event, I'd be, can I get a 3-4 minute interview on the floor here for the podcast? And even though Joanna, I have to one of these I have to explain to Joanna, I'm sight impaired, not hearing impaired. You don't need to scream into my ears the entire interview.
Well, maybe she was trying to see if your genitals were voice activated.
Maybe. I mean, it is exxxotica, where there's like 90 different things of music playing at once.
It is. Hey, as long as I got a minute, I want to shout out to some of my past favorite collaborators and content creators that I've worked with and performers. So a huge shout out to Yaya Ginger Snatch, who my girl has a girl crush on. And Yaya when I first met her, like she was pretty new and pretty green to the industry. She didn't know she liked the whole convention thing. And she has done really well for herself. I'm really proud of Yaya Ginger Snatch. And then my longtime friend, who I helped guide in the industry. I didn't help start her, but I helped guide her the correct way, was Samantha Hayes. She has about 150,000 followers on X. So Samantha Hayes, XO.
Samantha's awesome.
I've known Samantha since she was 18. And she almost quit the industry at one time, but I convinced her not to by telling her about there's good people that are honest, that won't lie to you, that will treat you with respect. And I taught her a secret of it's better to own your own content. Work for other companies, but make sure you have your own content to sell too. So I've known Samantha for a very long time, and we're very close friends.
That's awesome.
And then, I've had many others. Like I said, I've known Sarah St. Clair since she was 14. Nothing weird, okay? There was a Barbizon. You ever heard of that? It was like a teen modeling agency.
Yeah.
And her family contacted me like, hey, we need pictures. Would you do our daughter's teen modeling photos? I'm like, of course, I'm a photographer. Basically, anybody who hires me for anything that's legal, I'll do. And so, but we stayed in contact over the years, and she hit me up when she turned 18. She goes, David, I'm 18. You think I could try to get some of the magazines? I'm like, well, let's hold off a little longer. So we finally shot when she was 19 because I wanted to make sure that's what she wanted. And now she's blowing up. Her books was AVN nominated this year. She is doing a guest appearance in Ohio this upcoming week, signing her book. And she's a huge Cleveland Indians fan, so she'll be in Cleveland next week doing an appearance, and that's where we're probably going to be doing her updated hustle photo shoots because now she's getting into fitness and bodybuilding, so she doesn't know who physique she wants to show off.
Nice. I may have to go through my hustler backstock and find some of her older stuff in there.
I got some. She went by different names over the years, so I have some. Actually, I thought I got some copies of it here for you. So, and that's why I asked what your shirt was. I'm going to be sending you a gift, buddy.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
When you meet somebody over the years that, you know what, you're not disabled. In my opinion, you're not disabled. What you are is challenged, and you have met the challenge every time I've ever talked to you. So my hat's off to you, man.
We actually, because the way you and I met was initially over X. When I put up a tweet about that my dream interview in all of entertainment, not just adult entertainment, is Chris Jericho.
Oh yeah, well we're on that October 2012 issue of Hustler that does a feature article on me, does a feature article on Jericho. And I've photographed Jericho a lot. I hung out with Jericho a few times. We got thrown out of a concert together once because he was performing at that concert. It was a festival. And the band that was a little bit higher than his band made it everyone backstage, even with an all access pass food out. So this little tiny security guard, about 100 years old, on 95 pounds, walks up to Chris Jericho, a professional wrestler at the time, still says, "You need to get out of here. I'm going to throw you out." And we're like, "We have all access passes. See, pass." And the guy's like, "You don't have a pass. You got to get out. That pass doesn't matter anymore." And we're like, "Okay." So they moved us out to the front of the stage. So we're like in between the barrier and then the concert. And I'm like, "Chris, man, how does that? How often does that happen?" He goes, "Once I walk off stage, no one knows who I am." He goes, "I can go in a crowd and just disappear." And he was cool. He wasn't angry about it. He actually was laughing. A little old man threatened to throw him out of a concert that his band was one of the headliners. So he had a good sense of humor.
Yeah. And then we just became friends from there. I met you like a month later at the 2019 Exotica because I just celebrated.
Yes, I was there. I was at that one.
I celebrated my 1-year anniversary with Demon Seed Radio at that point.
That was my first gangbang at that Exotica. I think it was.
Yeah, because every time I went to the Clip for Sale booth, that you were like off somewhere else, so we just
Oh yeah, I know. I missed Clip for Sale being on there at the different booths. I'm on many vids now, so Davey Prod on many vids, please. Of course, I got my OnlyFans, Davey Prod, which is underscore between the two, and don't forget my girlfriend, who my gorgeous, big-breasted, sensual, beautiful girlfriend has her OnlyFans, which is AbbyCutie69.
Yep, underscore.
Yeah.
So Abby underscore Cutie69.
Abby, there's one more thing I wanted to ask. What made you have the decision to be a masked performer?
So just because I'm early on in the industry, my enemy. So I want to do it now. Or get more experience in the industry, take the mask off. But for now, just because I'm getting started, I wanted to be.
She was breaking up a little bit, honey. Can I take over a little bit of this?
Yes.
Okay, so basically this, she is new to the industry. However, she wanted to make sure this was for her. Okay, you get some experience to make sure this is the right thing. Because it's always easier to take a mask off than to try to put one on and decide, this one fits. Like everybody else in this industry, I would say 99% of the people in this room, we all work a day job. We all have bills to pay. It's like any job. It's the 1%. Like if you talk to any band, I will have I know rock stars that have Grammys that work day jobs still. That perform in front of 500,000 people. But as soon as they're off tour, they're back to a machine shop or a warehouse or an office or a call center. Like, "Hi, did you know this is playing? Because you can get this right now for $29.95. Let me help you. Let me get your customer service." Oh, so, but we work day jobs, and you want to make sure it's the right decision for you before you just unmask. So, hey, Kiss wore masks for years before they unmasked.
Oh yeah.
So,
see, my day job is in the comic book industry, so I think that's awesome. What you need, Abby, is a costume that match the mask.
Oh, we're working on that, coordinating them. But the mask does not stop her sexual energy, how well she can perform, and that's very, very, very pleasurable body. Sorry. I'm enamored with her.
Dave, I normally ask this question to a lot of the female performers that come on the show, but I've not had enough the male side of the industry for perspective. What advice would you give to someone who's a male and wants to break
wants to get in the industry? Hey, just because you have a cock does not mean you're a porn star. Yes. Just because you have a car does not mean you're a race car driver. Okay, and it's a big one that I hate. Just because you have a camera does not mean you're a photographer. Okay, What you having and owning something is totally different from knowing how to use it efficiently, correctly. So to get in this industry is one thing. It's not really having the biggest cock in the world. It is not. Most of the performers are average at best. There's always that like 10% that are huge, but for the most part, it's respect to your co-star. It is showing up on time, not being drug addict, not being diseased, not being drunk, being reliable, being someone that wants to be there, having some sort of on-camera presence, being comfortable with lights around you, and your wiener's hanging out, lights, people, sound, and your dong's hanging out, and you're like, oh, no, shy. I sort of got out of my shyness in 2005. I did a giant nude display with Spencer Tunick, the photographer artist, and it was 3,000 of us posing nude outside in 40-degree weather. When there's 3,000 of you posing nude, and it's 40 degrees weather, you are no longer well endowed when that cold weather's hitting you. So the quote Seinfeld, it was cold, or it was in a pool. But yeah, just getting out there, prove what you can do, get some content. You really want to do a really find a girl that's looking to book. Be honest with her. Say, hey, I'm new. I want to make an audition tape. I want to hire you. Here's what I'm looking for my testing. Here's what I'm offering you. Pay her. She's a performer. Pay her correctly. Treat her right. And then say, I want to use this for my audition tape. Send it around. Start sending it to the companies. Send it to Copper to Connor over there at, Connor Cox. Send it to send it to Brazzers. Send it out. Make sure you look better, but shoot it at the angles that highlight you. So when you have it edited, don't do it like you're like highlighting the girl like a lot of videos are. There's a porn company that says gay guy for a straight guy, and they shoot a guy with a girl, but the focus is like almost completely on the guy. So when you make that video and edit it somewhere like that style, because they're not looking at the girl, they see a million girls. What they want to see is how well you perform with the girl. So do that.
Yeah, that's awesome advice. It really is. I mean, my whole thing is the first two things I did were all cosplay based and very dialogue heavy. I just think my background as a comedian and just as a short filmmaker, just combined everything, all the dialogue leading up to the physical action, and people got into that because this is hysterical.
Oh, you're so you are hilarious. That's why I was saying, man. You made me laugh the first time I met you. I'm like, my God, this dude is hilarious. So you definitely have a calling with both the adult industry and the stand-up industry as far as like doing comedic stuff. So I appreciate that.
I just wish the last good thing that I filmed did not get messed up with really bad lighting at the end.
Lighting is key. You can't tell this, but I have big giant studio lights going on here right now. So that's why there's no shadows anywhere. I have big studio lighting and everything. I really said, okay, I want to look my best for him. So, and fitness is a big part of it too. If you're out of shape, it's hard to perform. I mean, when I first got in the industry, I was about 330 pounds. I'm about 200 right now. So that's only 130 pounds I lost.
Yeah, you're still doing that diet thing you were talking about the last time you were on the show, correct?
Oh, I still do keto, except I love my ice cream. Trust me, I love my ice cream. And as a matter of fact, I'm spending the weekend with my sweetie, and we're going to be splurging this weekend. Because I can diet and exercise when I'm not around her. So, and your wiener looks bigger when you're skinnier too. So that's also an advantage. So, it does. Wiener's always the same size, but if your body's smaller, it looks way bigger. If they would have put that on keto bars, we'll make your wiener. You're making keto bars, I'm gonna use a joke here. You ready? So you go to one of those health food places, you get a chocolate bar that says keto on it, okay? And it says, well, it's already makes wiener look bigger. It would sell out. I'd be buying 50 of them at one time.
Abby, do you have a favorite thing you like to perform on camera?
Honestly, yeah, I love the blowjob scene. Like my scene, we did car blow. That's actually much.
I think some of your audio broke up, honey. I'm not sure what's going on, but I believe she said that she loved performing in the blowjob scene.
Nice.
So, I can tell you my favorite scene with Abby. I love doing. So she gets me started with a blowjob scene, and then they mockingly say, "Let's change position." And I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, and then I basically ride her like a stallion, and that puts a smile on her face, my face, and I'm sure the neighbors next door when when they're listening.
I'm sure the neighbors loved you guys that night.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Like, I got a funny story to tell you about exxxotica. So, I was working with Yaya, okay, and my hotel was not the main hotel, but it was my hotel right next to the main hotel, almost walkable distance. So we were supposed to shoot for about 2 hours. We ended up shooting about 9 hours because we were that into it, and we were shooting such great stuff. So the next day, I go to check out, and the guy was like, "How was your room?" I go, "Oh, it was very good. I had a good time." They're like, "No, no, no. We heard you had a very good time at your room. Please come back again. We enjoyed it." And I almost died laughing. Now, whenever I hear "Thank you, come again," I'm like, "I will, absolutely."
Certainly. Thank you. I'll have a number.
And I'm not being racist. My best friend is a Sikh Indian, Sikh American Indian. He's actually a very famous Sikh American Indian. But he sort of said, "Dude, you got a free pass to Moore's Lot. We won't get offended. We joke around about the accent all the time ourselves." So, my best friend Robbie, I won't say his last name because he doesn't work in the adult industry. Just say he's one of the most famous people on the planet. So,
I know who you're talking about. He's actually one of my favorite movies. If it's who I'm thinking it is.
So, he's very famous. He has done more than anybody I've ever met. And right now he's touring the world. So, yeah, he had lunch at the Golden Temple. But I know Chicago. So,
So
any other questions for either one of us there?
Actually, where can my audience find you guys online?
Well, I'm going to do mine, and then if Abby's audio is good, we'll do hers. Otherwise, I'll repeat hers. But my stuff, you can find me on many vids on Davey Prod, on Subs for Sale Davey Prod, on OnlyFans Davey Prod, on Night Flirt as Davey Prod, and on Ventbox as Davey Prod. And I'm going to let my wonderful, beautiful Abby Cutie, 69 underscore. I'm not sure if her OnlyFans is underscore or not. I'll let her talk.
No, it is. On my it's Abby Cutie 69 or DDD or just Abby Cutie. And then I'm also on the same thing, so it's the Abby underscore DDD. So that's what I'm on. And I'm on Twitter.
Nice. Tell you what, anybody who writes us, I'll be happy to give you the links to any of our stuff, and her stuff especially. And I would hope that Bad Dragon contacts her to do some product reviews.
Like I said, I have some. I may still have some email contacts over at Bad Dragon. They used to sponsor the podcast.
Oh, please. She would love to get some toys and use them and show people you're using them and talk about how awesome they are. And don't forget, my buddies at Spunk Loop, love them. And Hustler Magazine. Shout out to Morgan Tex Hagen, my editor at Hustler. He's been there 40 some years. And he's still Larry Flint. What's that?
He's been there for 40 years now?
40 years. And Hustler started in Ohio. So, besides having some of the most famous porn stars in the world, and me, The house we started here. Very friendly for their distribution center is still in Columbus, Ohio. So if you really look at it, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Larry Flint have a lot of businesses in Central Ohio.
Nice, nice.
So
I just want to say thank you guys for being guests. Davey, I want to thank you for all the friendship and support over the years. Abby, I think you're going to have a bright future in this industry, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
And you guys, they will both be at Exxxotica, New Jersey, October 25th through the 27th. Between now and then, I may want to pitch you guys a project.
sounds like a plan.
You know,
And if things go right in the future and there's a big ring on her finger, we're going to invite you to the ceremony.
awesome sauce. Like I said, you guys have a great and amazing night, and we will be in touch.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, good night.
Right.
Dun, 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 dun. Well, everyone, as I always say, you don't need set to have a vision. It's not what happens to you, it's what you do about it. Go chase your dreams. You just might catch them. Keep one. And as the old man of Headbangers Ball used to say, keep one foot in the gutter, one fist in the goal. Love you all. Blind Adam out.
Screen. Get the awesome cancel restart pause but return end screen but enter memory. Not yet but end screen but enter.